Let's talk for faith for a second. Hebrews, the 11th chapter, first verse says, "Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen." This is the part that we want to focus on, faith, in how we see things and how we visualize things, okay? We want to talk about how you don't see anything right now that could make it happen. It seems like it's impossible, but it's possible. Now faith. Now faith is right now faith. Not tomorrow faith, not yesterday faith, but right now faith. It's the evidence, okay? This is faith. We're not talking about something that we know about, but we're talking about faith, okay? And that's what we want to talk about today. I said this testimony in another video, but I'm going to say it again because you probably didn't see that video. I'm not perfect. I've been making mistakes all of my life, but I received the invitation to Christ, and I accepted the invitation to Christ and come to know who he is. And during that time, you know, I got mad and at God, you know, and I backslid, and I was doing things I really didn't have no business doing at that point, and got myself locked up into to prison. Spent about 1.5 years there. And during that time, you know, I reacquainted myself with God all over again and renewed my faith in him. And my faith began to grow. And they had Bible study classes and stuff, and I was really interested in them. And there was one Bible study class that I wanted to go to, but the problem was it was raining that day. It was raining so hard that you couldn't even move through it. It was some kind of storm or something like that, but you know, you was free to go out there if you chose to get to that Bible study, because it was different buildings you had to get to. I was in one building. The building that I had to go to was on the other side of the field. So I went out. I went on out there. All you got is your little prison coat, and I put that prison coat on, and I began to stretch my way to that thing. But it was so hard coming down that rain, I couldn't make it. So I just said, well, I got to get to this Bible study. And I just stopped in the rain, and I just shouted, and with my faith, I commanded the rain. Rain, stop right now! I yelled it out, and guess what happened? Nothing happened at all. So, but as I was standing there for those few seconds, the Lord spoke to me in his spirit and said, "You know what I told you. You know what I taught you in the word of how to use your faith. And there's a key to your faith, okay? You got a car, but you got no key. If you ain't got no key, you can't use it. So here's the key to your faith." He said, "Use my name." So I said right there, "In the name of Jesus, rain, I command you to stop." Immediately, the rain stopped. Immediately. There was no seconds or anything else involved. It just stopped, and little small dripples just start coming down. And that's the path of me building my faith. Faith is something you have to build, people. Faith is something you have to exercise. Exercise your faith on small things. It'll build its way to big things, and to the point that there won't be nothing that's going to be in your way. The Lord said to you like this. He said that if there'll be a mountain that's in your way to get to that what you need to do for God, speak it in his name, and that mountain will pick itself up and move and get out of your way. He also said that about a tree. He said it'll pluck itself up out by its own roots and be planted somewhere else if you had enough faith to make it happen. These are the things that your Lord Yeshua the Christ said. Now you just heard somewhat of a contradiction in the words I just spoke, because in a moment ago I told you that when I was in prison, I said in the name of Jesus. Now I just said in the name of Yeshua. What is the problem here? The problem here is I was taught in the name of Jesus. But when I studied for myself, I learned that his true name is Yeshua. He's not going to fault you for saying Jesus all of those years you've been saying Jesus, because that's what you was taught. So therefore, that is what you was able to use, and he listened to you. But when you know to do good and do it not, to him it is a sin. So if you know now, out of your ignorance, and now you are into the light that his name is Yeshua, use his name Yeshua, okay? Stop using the name Jesus, because that's not his name. I said all of that to say that his name is the key to what is going to happen with your faith. I give you a brand new car, pretty and everything, nothing wrong with the car. But if I don't give you the keys, you ain't going nowhere with it. Yeshua is the key to your faith. This has been Elder Rudy Best, kicking off the cap. Please subscribe, share, and like, comment. I'll talk to you next time. Be blessed.